How and when to pronounce the letter R in Spanish? Welcome to the Spanish Hall, your meeting point with Spanish. One of the biggest difficulties that Spanish students have is the pronunciation of the letter R. The first thing you should know is that the R represents two sounds, one soft and one strong. With a little practice, you'll see that it's not so tough to pronounce them. Let's talk some Spanish. To pronounce both sounds of the letter R, you have to place your tongue slightly above your incisors, that is, the two largest teeth in your smile. Place the tip of your tongue just above these teeth, touching the palate in this place. Remember, do not put the tip of your tongue on these teeth, but on the part of your palate that is above these teeth. But how does the soft R differ from the strong R? To make the sound soft, the tongue vibrates only once. That is, you touch the palate slightly with the tongue only once. Ra, ra, ra. You'll have noticed that this sound is the same as the letter T in some English words, such as city, butter, or letter. On the other hand, to pronounce the strong R, you must expel a little air so that the tongue vibrates repeatedly. Grrr, grrr, grrr. When is the strong sound pronounced and when is the soft sound? By following a few rules, you can determine the pronunciation of each word. Let's start with the soft R sound, which is pronounced in 4 specific situations. The first is when we find the letter R between two vowels. For example, pera, aro, cara, arena, mora, loro, caricia, aroma, harina, lámpara. The second is when it is situated before a consonant. For example, in the word verde, after the R there is a consonant D. Therefore, the R is pronounced softly, verde. Other examples are carne, largo, barco, pierna, cordial, marco, arma, horno, concierto, hermano. Third, remember that the soft R is always pronounced when you find it at the end of the word. For instance, calor, lugar, amor, mejor, ámbar, flor, bar, licor, bazar, atardecer. Also, remember that in Spanish, all verbs in infinitive, that is, in their original form, always ends in the letter R. Therefore, you must pronounce the soft R in the last syllable. For example, amar, esperar, temer, poder, dormir, partir, conducir, usar, comer, seguir. Another situation in which you must pronounce the soft R is when it is found after the following consonants: B, C, D, F, G, P, and T. Whenever the letter R is after these consonants, a vowel will come after it and form the same syllable. For example, in the word gracias, G, R, and A form the same syllable, gracias. Other words in which this case occurs are brazo, cebra, crema, escribir, drama, cuadro, fresa, cifra, Grecia, logro, prisa, temprano, tren, otro, Now, let's learn the rules for pronouncing the strong R. First, the strong R must be pronounced when there are two R together, which in Spanish is called doble R or double R. Remember, the double R will always be located between two vowels, so no Spanish word begins or ends with double R. Some examples: carro, borrar, arriba, correa, sierra, burro, correr, tierra, barriga, hierro. The second rule is to pronounce the strong R in all words starting with R. Therefore, in Spanish, no word will begin with the sound of the soft R. In absolutely all words beginning with the letter R, the initial sound will be a strong R. For example, rosa, recuerdo, ritmo, Rusia, Roma, río, risa, ratón, roble, redondo. And the third rule is that the strong R is pronounced when it is after the letters L, N, and S. In these cases, the two letters will form two different syllables. For example, alrededor, Enrique, enredo, honrado, sonrisa, Israel. Actually, there are few words that comply with this rule, but it's good to know it, just in case. At some point you find one of these words. I leave you some sentences to practice your pronunciation. Iremos en carro por las calles de Roma. Carlos escribió su nombre en la pizarra. Un chorro de agua me cayó en la cara. Enrique y Marcela subieron el cerro en una carroza. Rosario me rompió el corazón. Mi hermana se puso triste porque perdió su dinero. Un ratón mordió una cuerda de mi guitarra. Me encontré con un rabino en Israel. Finally, I'd love for you to practice two of the hardest words to pronounce for a Spanish student: ronronear and ronroneo. Ronronear is the verb that describes the sound a cat makes when it gets very affectionate. For example, mi gato ronronea sobre mis rodillas. Can you pronounce these words? Practice them and tell me the results in the comments box. Now you know it's not so difficult to pronounce the letter R, which, by the way, is one of the most abundant letters in the Spanish language. I hope this video has been useful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Soon we'll have more content that will help you to improve your Spanish. Un abrazo y bendiciones.